Policing in the United States encompasses a wide range of roles beyond the stereotypical image of a crime fighter. Officers serve as emergency responders, social enforcers, and peacekeepers, adapting to diverse community needs. The organizational hierarchy within policing includes patrol officers, detectives, and administrators, each with distinct responsibilities. This decentralized structure means that policing is often viewed as a hybrid between a profession and a bureaucracy, creating unique challenges in defining its nature. Understanding these roles is essential for grasping the ethical dilemmas officers face, as their duties require balancing enforcement with community service. The complexity of these roles underscores the importance of ethical standards and accountability in guiding officers through varied and unpredictable situations. Police culture is a powerful force shaping officer behavior and decision-making. It operates on multiple levels: institutional, organizational, and occupational. Core values within this culture include loyalty to fellow officers, acceptance of deadly force as a necessary tool, and even the use of deception under certain circumstances. A notable aspect is the victim mentality, where officers perceive themselves as unfairly targeted, fostering cynicism toward the public. Despite changes in policing since the 1970s, these cultural values remain deeply ingrained. This culture influences ethical conduct, often creating tension between formal codes of ethics and informal norms. Understanding police culture is critical for addressing issues like misconduct and corruption, as it reveals the underlying attitudes that shape officer behavior. Police officers exercise significant discretion in their daily duties, acting as public guardians with authority to decide whom to stop, warn, or arrest. This flexibility is essential for effective policing, but also creates opportunities for ethical misconduct. The dilemma lies in balancing this broad discretion with mechanisms for accountability. Without oversight, discretion can lead to abuses of power, undermining public trust. Departments must implement policies and monitoring systems that ensure officers use their authority responsibly. Ethical training and leadership play a vital role in reinforcing accountability, helping officers navigate complex situations while maintaining integrity and public confidence. Codes of ethics in policing serve as guiding principles but often lack detailed enforcement mechanisms. These codes are typically brief and rely heavily on individual compliance, meaning officers ultimately determine their level of adherence based on personal character. This limitation highlights the need for continuous ethics training and strong leadership to set clear expectations. Ethical leadership fosters a culture where integrity is prioritized, and officers are encouraged to make decisions aligned with professional standards. Without these supports, codes of conduct risk becoming symbolic rather than practical tools for guiding behavior. The militarization of policing refers to the increasing adoption of military tactics, equipment, and organizational models by civilian law enforcement. This trend accelerated during the war on drugs and expanded after 9/11, raising ethical concerns about mission creep. For example, deploying SWAT teams for routine tasks like serving search warrants can lead to unnecessary violence and erode community trust. Militarization blurs the line between policing and warfare, shifting the focus from community service to combat-style operations. Critics argue that this approach undermines democratic principles and fosters an adversarial relationship between police and the public. Corruption in policing arises from multiple factors. The personalistic perspective, known as the rotten apple theory, attributes misconduct to individual officers. Institutional factors, such as secrecy and the wall of silence, discourage reporting of unethical behavior. Systemic pressures, including low salaries and enforcement of vice laws, create environments conducive to corruption. These factors interact to perpetuate unethical practices, highlighting the need for comprehensive reforms that address individual, organizational, and societal contributors to corruption. The slippery slope concept warns that minor ethical lapses can escalate into serious misconduct as officers become desensitized to wrongdoing. Noble cause corruption occurs when officers justify unethical actions, such as planting evidence, believing the ends justify the means. These behaviors undermine the rule of law and public trust, emphasizing the importance of ethical training and accountability measures to prevent rationalization of misconduct. Accountability in policing requires a combination of internal and external oversight. Internal mechanisms include professional standards units and intelligence cells, while external measures involve citizen review boards and police auditors. Whistleblowing plays a critical role in exposing misconduct, though it often entails personal and professional risks. Effective accountability systems promote transparency, deter unethical behavior, and reinforce public confidence in law enforcement. Racial profiling remains a significant ethical issue in policing, where race is used as a shortcut for criminal suspicion. Practices such as investigatory stops and stop and frisk disproportionately target minority communities, often violating constitutional rights. These tactics damage community trust and perpetuate systemic bias. Legal cases like Wen versus United States highlight the complexities of addressing racial profiling within the framework of law enforcement. Eliminating bias requires policy reforms, training, and cultural change within departments. Selective law enforcement occurs when officers choose when and where to apply the law, leading to discriminatory practices. Historical examples include police non-interference in domestic violence cases, which left victims vulnerable and eroded public confidence. Such selective enforcement undermines the principle of equal protection under the law and fosters distrust in high-crime neighborhoods. Addressing this issue requires clear policies, accountability measures, and community engagement to ensure fair and consistent application of the law. This chapter explored the complex ethical landscape of policing. We learned that policing is not just about enforcing laws, but involves multiple roles, each with unique challenges. Police culture and discretion can lead to ethical dilemmas, while corruption and bias erode public trust. The path forward requires strong accountability measures, continuous ethics training, and leadership committed to integrity. Ultimately, ethics in policing is about maintaining legitimacy and fostering trust between law enforcement and the communities they serve.